Chapter 1232. The female nurse hugged a pillow to block her body and said aggrievedly, "Young master, you can't spit your mouth. If it weren't for you, how could I betray my boyfriend like this?" Very affectionate. Vicky scolded angrily, "You f***ing have a boyfriend?" The female nurse said with tears in her eyes, "My boyfriend and I have been together for several years. I was planning to get married this year. If he wants to let him know about this, I won't be able to be a human being." Vicky gritted his teeth with anger, while Nick had a dark face and said to the female nurse, "I will let someone give you 10 million, and get out of this room and this hospital." When the female nurse heard that she had given herself 10 million, she nodded in excitement, immediately wrapped her nurse uniform, and ran out happily. At this time, the doctor had also rushed over and sent the lady who fell to the ground for examination. Vicky's grandfather and Vicky's father followed, leaving Vicky's mother Graya in the ward. Graya looked at him angrily at this moment, and accused, "Why is this kid so ignorant? You cannot do that kind of thing. You don't have to do it in the hospital. You know your grandfather sees this situation and he gets so much pissed off." "Mom, I was wrong." Vicky lowered his head at this time, aggrieved like a child. Graya couldn't help sighing and said, "You don't know that your grandfather values the blood of the Shaw family the most. You are the male heirs of the Shaw family. Whoever prevents you from getting on the stage? Pregnant with the child of the Shaw family, then he will never be reused by the father, the youngest son of the third uncle, and the second son of your fourth uncle. You don't know what will end." Vicky knew very well in his heart that the youngest son of the third uncle's family and the second son of the fourth uncle's family were all messing around outside, causing the woman who could not get on the table outside to become pregnant before being driven out of Eastcliff by his grandpa. Now these two people have been assigned to the south, and each run a small industry that cannot be used on the table. They are not eligible to return to the Eastcliff Shaw family and use the resources of the Shaw family by themselves. It can be said that they belong to the Shaw family. Nothing more though. The old man has been extremely proud of his blood throughout his life. This is because the Shaw family of their line was a master who was born in reading sages and served as high officials in the palace. In the great dynasties, I don't know how many princes and princes were cultivated by their ancestors. Therefore, in the eyes of the old man, the blood of the Shaw family can only be reproduced and inherited by well-knowing ladies. It would be a great insult to the blood of the Shaw family if the women outside who could not get on the stage broke the children of the Shaw family, and the old man could not bear it. Therefore, Vicky's heart is also terrified. Fortunately, my parents and grandparents showed up early, otherwise, if I didn't have any protective measures, I ended up with the female nurse and unfortunately made her pregnant with his own seed. Then he would be finished. So he reverently said to Graya, "Mom, don't worry, I won't do this again." Graya sighed and said seriously, "It's useless if you tell me what you said. When you turn around, tell your grandpa you must let your grandpa forgive you, understand?" "Understood, Mom." Vicky nodded as if pounding garlic, and at the Vicky time asked very depressed, "Mom, why are you here so fast? I thought you would have to wait at least another 20 minutes. Graya glared at him, and said angrily, "We were planning to drive here, but after your grandma heard about it, she was worried about your safety, so she proposed to take a helicopter over. Who would have thought of encountering such a thing after coming here? Hurry up and change your clothes. Go and see how your grandma is doing."